Welcome back everyone, Skillionaire here. I'm going to showcase you a 1v1. In the red corner, we've got Marmelada. In the lemon and lime corner, we've got Arisu. So, let's see how these two great players face off. The map is looking interesting. We've got some hilly terrain, which is going to kind of impede cavalry a bit. But it's not too bad, like I think it could still work. The split is directly down the middle, which makes holding the middle, if it is going to go late game, quite useful. But we'll see. We've got some fish in the early spawn, which makes Asia much more viable. In fact, let's have a look at all these little small fish deposits. Whoever spots these, that's going to be such a bounty for them. I reckon these two being good players, they'll both spot it. But if one does and the other doesn't, that's going to be a huge advantage to one side. There are also some two starting cows here, each with, if I remember correctly, 800 food. So that's that's a lot of food. So let's see how they're doing. No first shoes upgrades for Marmelada, no berries or firewood. I wonder if Arisu does that. Marmelada has just scouted Arisu. First shoes. So he's gone for the wood upgrades, but not the berry upgrades. I've been wondering about this recently. You know, when do you go for these upgrades? I don't know. If someone's got like a really good methodology for that, let me know. Warehouse comes out here. Oh, beautiful warehouse. That efficiency. You see how it touches so many like trees? It makes it so easy to farm. Where are these workers going? Oh, he's found it. He's probably marked it for himself with his thing, and so is this player. Yeah, there we go. I expect nothing less from two top tier players. He's got a handful of workers running forwards. He's not chasing that scout, guys. If anyone's thinking that, it looks like he's making some kind of play here. He's either spotted resources further out, which I doubt because he's got plenty around him to have gone for, or he's going for some kind of proxy base, but time will tell, eh? Time will tell. There's no animals, actually. I just realized over here. There are some up here which will make it dangerous, but actually this is a straight line to the opponent's base, clear of animals. It actually makes it a lot easier to proxy. Arisu is no noob. Look how he's following the workers. If you ever see a migration of workers, guys, you need to follow them because you need to know what they're doing, right? So have a look. He's not even giving him any space. He's watching him the whole way there, and the fact that he's traveled all the way to the base here suggests, oh look, so Arisu has gone for those cows we talked about, suggests that yeah, he spotted him. He's going to go for the proxy. So how is Arisu going to react to this? It's actually really interesting now to see how this goes. Guys, if you're enjoying this, I really appreciate a like on the video. It helps me know what people enjoy to see, and it also helps the channel a lot as well. I really appreciate that. And of course, if you really like it, go ahead and subscribe because I'll be making a lot more of these more often, I suspect. Now that I've got my computer fixed and I can start uploading, hopefully, without glitchiness and sound issues again. Arisu's response fight pits have come up. You have to. If you see the opponents coming outside your base with this, you need to be prepared. Now, how is he going to defend? Slingers, it looks like he's gone for. He's got the slinger upgrade from the stone cutter. Notice he's gone for the first shoes now at some point. Has Marmelada also gone for the first shoes? Nope, Marmelada skips the first shoes entirely. It's interesting, especially because his workers walked all the way across the map, but I guess he just doesn't see it as worth it. Oh, they've finally got Arisu Scout. That's a ton of warriors coming out. He's sustaining it using all the fish from down here. If you're ever wondering how did he get so many troops out, it's because he can actually afford it. This is Marmelada's eco we got on the top right here, yeah? We're going to follow him for this game. Oh, Arisu, come on. Is he going to finish his temple? Yes! Just finishes his temple. Sacrifices a couple workers to do it. The slingers are out. Now, warriors do counter slingers when they have that speed upgrade. So let's see how this goes. He might be able to use some of his workers to sort of frontline it. Maybe just enough slingers is enough to take him down. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Looks fighting with some workers too. Good stuff. The warriors have come. Yeah, so they charge in, but you know, with enough slingers, you can potentially hold him. Let's see how this goes. This is an unlimited stream. Marmelada's warriors are not going to stop. He's got enough food to sustain this for ages. Have a look at the top right. Arisu's also got a ton of food. So really, this is actually a big early game fight. They've finished that cow over there. It's all about the micro here. The only issue is that Aris's workers are dying, of course, and Marmelada's are not. But then, oh, look at this. Marmelada's pushing with these bulwarks now. He's going to make this. He's really choking Arisu. The aggression of Marmelada is sometimes, I think, unparalleled. He said it himself before as well, like, the players aren't aggressive enough. This is what you're capable of if you're aggressive. A destroyed temple this early in the game, and yet it's not the end of the game because the altar is still up. That is mad. Oh, the tigers are gonna get him now. So I'm curious, why is he going down? Is it because he knows that his food source is here, because he has his own food source there? Is he going to try and stop it, or is it just that he's regrouping? Yeah, he's regrouping, I see. He's going for these houses now. Oh man, Arisu's in big trouble here, isn't he? He's got quite a few slingers out, but I just think the warriors are really dealing with him. Slingers are just missing, like, their accuracy is just so crap. Does he have the upgrades? So he doesn't have the body armor upgrades, the bone armor. But he's got the damage upgrades and the accuracy upgrades, so that's good. Unfortunately, even if he does recover from this, he's so far behind now. If you look, that Marmelada's actually reached Asia, so this is about to get a lot more difficult for Arisu. And look, this just never ends. It never ends. Wow, I would not want to be Arisu right now. That hyper aggression early on is just, it's crazy. He's even upgrading these towers now. Oh, that's it. That's it. He's made it to his next age. Sneaky up here. It's actually quite a wise play, really. He's like, you know what? I'm losing this ground, so I'm going to move back and, you know, build something up here. He's even built some bulwarks in defense, but it doesn't look like Marmelada has found it. Maybe he doesn't even want to find it. Maybe he's perfectly content, perfectly happy destroying these houses here. And the towers are not being stopped. Asian towers are quite cheap to put up. They're of course not as good as European towers, but you know, in terms of tower pushing, it's a lot easier to do it because they build a lot quicker. There we go. He's found him now. He's found him. He has gone for it. In particular, he's got his sights on this food collection, because you know what? You disrupt your opponent's food collection, and it's actually a big deal. At this stage of the game, because you can't make troops, right? Yeah, he's gone in. This is actually really looking bleak for Arisu. I'm not sure how he can come back from this. I picked this game because I thought, you know, I mentioned my computer dying recently, and I've just reset everything, upgraded to Windows 11 and stuff, and I thought before I start playing War Selection again, let me warm up by watching a good player's game. And I was not expecting it to go quite like this. quite so one-sided. But look at this, he never stops. Notice how he never stops. He just keeps going. It's like a strangle. He's choking him, right? He's wrapping around his base with troops, with buildings, with towers. And now he knows that Arisu's like moves backwards. He's moving his around to wrap around and get closer to this temple as well. He's putting all his workers in trouble too. They can't even farm the tree line. Of course, that's if he clears the warriors to try to farm the tree lines. Got a load of slingers still though. I mean, he's holding on, you know. I don't know about you guys, but I suspect I and probably many of you would have lost by now. So he's doing a good job here. He's rebuilding his houses, just costing him a lot of wood. Shall we flick to his economy and see how he's doing? Yeah, I'm going to flick to Arisu. Let's quickly check Marmelada's. Yeah, that's Marmelada's workers here in comparison to Arisu's workers, which is, as you can see, quite a substantial difference there. And Arisu's resources is also struggling now. All of that wood, having to rebuild his houses, he can't even afford it. Can't even build his own towers to defend. But the slingers only cost food, and he seems to have a lot of food, and that's because of this poultry yard. That is well defended. Comparatively, of course, you know, compared to this part of the base. There's a lot of slingers he's got. Even though slingers can be, of course, as I mentioned, sort of countered by the warriors. When there's a lot of them, you know, it's kind of like archers, right? It just doesn't really matter. Just that warrior, the speed on them is nuts. Sometimes I wonder if they're just better than spearmen, which by the looks of it, Marmelada thinks so, because he's keeping them and he's built shooting ranges to support them. But I see no barracks here. Oh, warriors coming in from the bottom after having destroyed this. There was no food there anyway, but still, you know, there's wood. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. You can't take buildings with these slingers. Of course, it's because he's busy looking over here. I doubt he's doing that on purpose. Look at this. These warriors never end. Ever since it started, unlimited waves, legions of rock carrying beefcakes. See, I just like, I love slingers, but then sometimes when I see them miss like that, I'm like, these lot absolutely suck. Look at this, they're doing nothing. Look how many slingers are just, you know what? I'm gonna stop making slingers. Because this happens, you know what, I noticed, yeah, so I'm climbing the ladder, the slingers are working, I've got my strategy, and then eventually I reach a certain score and they just stop working, because I reach players that are good enough to be able to handle them, and then I drop back down the ladder and then rinse and repeat. So I'm thinking maybe warriors is the way, because the thing is warriors, like, yeah, they can be blocked off with like buildings, but they can actually destroy buildings. Oh no, got all these workers trapped. Yeah, I think this is coming to an end, so I am going to fast forward this. If I am wrong, I would be astounded. I'm going to go up to ×4 speed, yeah? I don't usually go above 3, ever since you guys gave some recommendations, which I appreciate, by the way. I appreciate all your comments and all your guidance, like, you know, what works, what doesn't work. Of course, there's a lot of you, and sometimes you give contradicting advice, so I can't do everything that people say. But I attempt to, I do take your feedback on board. It's a slow siege here, isn't it? So Marmelada's obviously hit Iron Age. Let me slow it back down, yeah? Back to 1.5 so we can talk about what's going on. Marmelada's hit Iron Age. That's why he's had to upgrade these stone pits into barracks, because of course you can't upgrade to reach the next age unless you've either destroy or take up your buildings. So he didn't upgrade them until he was ready to reach Iron Age, and now that he has reached Iron Age, this fish is doing alright. Now that he has reached Iron Age, he's researching the, I imagine, there it is, he's researching the heavy spearmen. You know what, man, credit to Arisu, he's still trying. He's actually still trying, and he's even like building these walls to stop the warriors from pouring in. I would have given up so many times by now. Massive respect for a player who can keep his cool and keep playing like this. Even if it doesn't work, in my opinion, there's a victory here, because this is there's a lot of like stress playing in these environments. Yeah, sorry, that's what I was going to say. And our Marmelada has also now gone for the heavy spin. Anyway, there's a lot of stress playing in these environments, and this is where you kind of get the most practice. This is where you learn the best, because most people have quit before this. So most people have no experience dealing in this scenario, if that makes sense, right? It's kind of like how my worst age is Industrial Revolution, because I play it the least often, because I've reached there the least often. Have a look at this cheeky play from Arisu. So he's built some... Oh, Marmelada spotted it now, though. Marmelada spotted it now, but let's see if he can do anything. So he's hit the pier if you can, mate. I'll hit the pier. Is that a mistake? What do you guys think? Anyway, I guess he probably wants to go for the easier to kill workers. Yeah, so Arisu slipped out of his base because he realizes he can't sustain anything in his own base. So he's actually built some barracks over here, reached his own Iron Age, and he's trying to flip the tables a bit, because he realizes that his economy is completely disrupted, and if he has any chance of coming back from this, he has to disrupt Marmelada's economy as well, which, you know, a little bit, but not enough, unfortunately. Well done for stopping his... Is this proxy? Does that count as a proxy? I call it a refugee camp, personally, but yeah, he has to escape, and he's done alright, and now he's going to charge into his opponent's base. You know what? In times like this, you have to try something, man. I always say, like, if you're losing, you might as well lose with style. So, oh, and he's upgrading this now. That's going to help him a lot if he can get it upgraded in time. So he's reached East Asia. Of course, Marmelada's already reached East Asia. Not by that much, though, by the looks of it. Not by that much. That's actually really impressive. You know what? There was me saying I think it's over, but like, obviously he's still in a very bad situation. But oh, he can't defend this. Heavy spearman. Let's go back to his attack. So all of Marmelada's workers have ran into this tower here, which makes it, well, not all, nearly all of them. Oh, now all of these ones are running too. Over here, it's just destroying houses, and now he's pumping out his own. Yeah, he's upgraded his fight pits that he was making those slingers from. It's actually interesting. They're almost both doing the exact same strategy. They go Asia, they hit Iron Age and start making heavy spearmen. They kind of skip the Bronze Age troops, which is interesting. And he keeps, whereas Arisu went slingers and Marmelada went warriors. That's really the only difference there in terms of the troop choices. East Asia is it's funny. After the initial patch, there was a lot of talk about East Asia being like dead and stuff, and I don't know, maybe because they reverted some of the changes. I can't remember exactly. I did some patch notes videos, but I've forgotten. But for some reason, you know, East Asia is just still like the best choice. It seems up here at the top. God, look at this. This is some big boons for Arisu there, but probably not enough because he's going to have to do so well to come back from this. Oh, and there comes a rocket cannon. This is going to be the killing blow. Can we have a look at let's jump back. Let's quick look at the workers here. Okay, interesting. Now let's jump back to Marmelada. Okay, yeah. So you know what Arisu has done has actually is closing the gap quite well. The problem is that the gap was so big at the beginning in the first place that I think he's still not there. And now that he's got these rocket cannons, well done from Marmelada there, although he has no wood to keep making them. Ooh, he's still being harassed in his base though, that's why he can't collect wood. You see what I mean? Like the counterplay, sometimes you just have to try it. Because now now Marmelada doesn't have enough wood to keep making these rocket cannons. Now, obviously he's already got 3, which is a big deal. Oh, smart. I noticed how he attacked the ground. That's force attacked the ground to destroy the trees, and now he's created himself an opening, so he doesn't have to worry about this wall. He's charged through with heavy archers, and actually Arisu is in big trouble here because these workers are kind of defenseless. Where has he gone? Oh, he's gone for the stone. Yes, that's going to be a big deal. Now he has to run as well. Yeah, what's going on here? Marmelada's fine now. He's back on his feet. What's going on here? Yeah, Arisu realizes the danger, and his proxy base has, well, his forward base. He's even recruiting the troops from there. Yeah, can he repair this? Let's go back to Arisu's resources. He does have the resources to repair. I don't know if it costs metal. Does it cost metal to repair this building? Either way, he's okay for now. Arisu's changed target. He's gone for the food. Notice how there's always like high priority targets, and food is one of them. These are relatively expensive buildings, I think, compared to destroying a house. But more importantly, they it's the food production, right? So it's a kind of a big deal. It's like destroying the pier. 2 major targets. Speaking of piers, Arisu's not giving up. I feel a bit silly for fast forwarding it earlier now, but at the same time, I mean, nothing was really happening. We saw that. Interesting that Arisu's built his rocket cannon, but he's firing into his own dudes. Let it go, bro. You have to shoot these. Mate, I wonder if he should just charge some of these. Yeah, oh, the heavy archers would actually demolish him, wouldn't it? Look at this tower push. Oh, I hate tower pushes, man. It's such a valid strategy in so many different RTS games, but I still hate it. You got to do it. Don't get me wrong. You got to do it to, it's to win the game and stuff. But we don't have to do it. But like, you put yourself at a disadvantage if you don't. Anyway, there comes the GG from Arisu. Really well done from him for hanging on this long. I'm actually impressed that all the plays he tried to make. But of course, Marmelada was very, very impressive from the very beginning. The strangle. It's just amazing that Arisu didn't run out of breath sooner. Peace out, guys.